Before I watched Chimp Crazy,
so sick.
I didn't think I could.
I started watching it.
Full grown-up male dominant chimp, but I did think that like maybe even through the teenage years, it's being exaggerated.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness! Like they just don't seem like the same thing as people. All right, that's genius, but they're far more dangerous than I realized.
It's 4 times stronger than you.
Yeah.
See,
4
it's hard to equate though because of their mechanics and their intelligence level. You know, it's hard to know what that'll feel like in a tussle. But what it feels like is getting your face eaten off.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Animal strength is always exaggerated, or at least I think it is. I might be dumb. I hate watching like 11 bodybuilders play tug of war with a tiger. Meanwhile, the rope has like a 90-degree turn in it, and it's really friction doing the heavy lifting here. When they say chimpanzees can lift like 1,200 pounds, I'm like, okay, bench press. I want to see the thing bench press. Someone devote their time to teaching a chimp to bench press, and let's see what he can do. I'm not even sure he's stronger.
He's all pull day.
He's all pull day.
Kyle is right. Like the strength they have to pull you to them or to rip your fingers on
purpose. I'm stacking the
deck. You're stacking the deck. Just like throwing. Like they don't do the mechanic of throwing well because they're what's the lower forearm arm?
They just need to pounce. They just need to pounce at you.
Yeah.
And they
I
can
think I can defeat most dogs in hand-to-hand combat. I'm 100% confident of that.
I think that also.
Radius.
Yeah.
I think I could defeat a chimpanzee. I think I could defeat a grown male chimpanzee if I had medium body armor, like riot gear.
I'm listening.
And I had like a cudgel, maybe with a spike in it, like just a good thumping tool, like something that felt. I'd want to take my time and pick it out. Not an aluminum baseball bat. We don't have enough mass. I want to break bones.
A knife. I think if you had a knife,
you up.
Ooh,
yeah, but I think if you had a knife,
he's too close.
No. You're only using it as like a means for him to hurt himself. Like that's where your brain's gonna win. He's flying. You're just like trying to have him hurt himself, jumping into your knife.
And Kyle,
like,
you said
you're
he's
making
too close. I think we're imagining the armor differently. Like I want you to be pretty squeeze and bang proof.
Remember Walking Dead when like Daryl got with that group and they had that all white stormtrooper armor, like something like that. Like,
That's
what did they have over the face? Because it would it's smart enough to know to go for your eyes. It would blind you if it could.
They had a whole face mask.
It's also smart enough to know if you have a mask or a helmet to attempt
maybe
to
like
remove
a catcher's mask. Ooh, if you had like the wire of
those long chimp fingers, just pop.
That's crazy if you're coming at and he just like takes your helmet off.
Motorcycle helmet.
He puts it on,
unclips it.
Then he puts it on and squares up and he starts. But he squares up like old school boxer. Like,
what do you think the timeline is between like the amount of time that passes between supreme confidence and absolute panic in your battle with the chimp?
I think if he like went low and like started biting, like I think if he went low and like bit a chunk out of my thigh, I'd immediately know I'd fucked up, you know. But if he
that would happen immediately? Because I do.
I think it's a coin flip. I think what might happen is you ever see Ben Askren fight what's Street Jesus' name?
Jose Masvidal. I'm close.
Jorge Masvidal. You ever see that fight? I might take him out. So what happened was Ben Askren, he's a wrestler. Jorge Masvidal, he's a funky street striker. So when the fight starts, Ben Askren is very close to a human chimpanzee. So Ben Askren comes at him, goes low, try to do it for the takedown. Masvidal knows it's coming, does this double fake, almost basketball juke, and jumps and flying knees him in the head and knocks him unfucking conscious. Now I think, look at that. See, that's what I think is going to happen when the chimpanzee comes for me. I'm going to come up with a flying knee, and I've got some pokey spikes on my knee, and I'm going to impale him through the lower jaw, and that might not kill him, but it's really going to throw him off. And then I start hitting him with the cudgel.
Dude, this thing like falls out of trees and is slightly bothered.
That's why you got to bring a lighter in WD-40. That shit'll freak him out.
Kyle, did you see that video where the MMA fighter fought the chimpanzee? It's not a fight; it's a story that he tells.
Yes, I absolutely have. Yeah. Yeah.
He says, I watched it recently after Chimp Crazy. It inspired me to re-up. And first of all, I'm pretty sure it's a baby chimp. And when he first starts hitting the chimp, this guy, he's like real New York, and he's an MMA fighter, but older now. And he's like, I didn't want to hurt it. unbeknownst to me, you can't hurt a chimp. and it's like he's made out of wood. And he's hitting it as hard as he can, punching it, elbowing it. And the chimp
cop
is just
shot
like,
that chimp.
didn't like
Chimp
it.
crazy a couple times. Didn't kill it. They take a
It
beating.
ran off wounded.
Yeah, remember he shot the cop, shot the chimp, and it ran under the
yeah.
house. It took a bunch. So yeah, he was hitting it. And he was like, the thing's not getting hurt.
You know, that's how it goes. I've been hunting enough. It's a 9mm pistol. 9mm doesn't stop things like that, like are big, angry, big things that want to get you.
But
Dude,
this
trying
guy,
to find,
but did he
trying to find
peep?
answers about chimps online is so frustrating because you just have like Quora answers and Ken Saladin, who is the CEO of Ken's College of Arcane Knowledge.
He's like, hey,
Is
taking
the
a,
top
I'm on my
answer.
break here at Home Depot. Just wanted to chime in on this chimp situation. Have you tried
Yeah.
Bing?
Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like, none of these are reliable. They're like, oh, it can rip your arms right off. I believe you, but like,
and
no.
some of the things they say seem exaggerated.
Exaggerated.
Like, oh yeah, a chimpanzee can bench or curl 1,200 pounds.
Don't
Get the
believe
fuck
it.
out of here.
Show me.
How did you do that? Did you like? I've seen a test where they measured how hard a chimp could pull, like a door handle, but not a handle, like the U kind.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I could probably generate 800 pounds of force. You know,
Well, I don't know about that one.
I'm picturing me like on the wall using my whole body jerk pull at the same
But
time.
he doesn't jerk pull.
you with your chimp assistant.
I think that's how they measured it. But maybe 800 is a stretch, but I bet 600. You know, like my whole body is 200.
My fear
let's
isn't their
pretend.
strength. I don't care that they're strong because they don't know how to apply it. They're going to do some crazy shit. I'm afraid of their bites and their scratches. That's the fear. It's not that he. Yeah.
Yeah, like maul your face. They'll literally pull your face off by the nose.
The scratch. And he's going to bite your fingers off, and he's going to scratch your face off, and he's going to try to like do both at the same time. He's going to try to open your head. You've seen them dip nuggets and peel the top off of stuff and open packages. They're going to try to open you like a bag of Cheetos. So you can't let him get on top of you. You've got to have. I know I can kill it with a spear. When you give me a medieval spear with that nice, like that Spartan style, like pokey thing.
You're not even practiced.
What happens if he gets
How do you know?
close?
He won't get close.
You can't get close. That's the thing. He's got to jump at you, and you got to hit him with it.
That's true. Warfare stopped advancing when spears were invented because there's no way to make it past.
It is true. The spear beats
No, it's
everything. They've tested this out. The spear beats all the other medieval weapons. They've tested this. The spear beats everything.
1v1?
Yeah.
Is that what the test
in a
was?
1v1 fight, spear beats everything. Like they've
Who tested this?
That's wild because I think the spear was the first thing they figured out.
The spear was
Maybe
one
the
of the
club
earliest
was first,
adopted weapons, but the reason that in a group spears aren't always the best move. There's a reason that spearmen, hoplites, these phalanx guys, they always kept a side sword because inevitably someone will parry it and get through in a group.
Well,
this isn't 1v1. This is in a group.
The sword was was mostly used by the guys that were walking in the third or fourth row behind to finish off the fallen. It was a weapon of last resort. What you understand about the phalanx is it's not just one line of guys holding shields and another line of guys behind them with spears. It's stacked. The spears stop at 10 feet, 8 feet, 6 feet in front of the man who's
and
leading the
if you have a dozen guys around you to do this battle, the chimp isn't going to get close enough. But if it's you alone,
he can't get around my spear.
The strength of a phalanx is not the individual.
He'll never get around my spear.
It's the group of spears.
That's because you're fighting a group of swordsmen with a phalanx or another.
I'm joining his phalanx.
Of phalanxes.
He backs Israel. I got to join the phalanx.
Now, I'll agree with you that if the chimps form a phalanx and approach me, my single spear will not be effective.
They'll never form a phalanx, bro. Look, they're never going to form a phalanx.
I can make that
underestimated since time began.
I can make that spear longer or shorter by 3 feet at a time just with my wingspan. So I can keep him at the furthest reach of it. And then if he were to somehow juke, but he won't, then I can withdraw it and like aim it at him. I just have to aim the spearhead at him and poke him. Look, I know he's an animal, but you poke him a little, he's not going to like it.
Like difficult to wield if you're constantly choking up, rebalancing, and attempting to keep
balancing.
Like,
what's your melee weapon of choice?
A little girl.
Melee weapon of choice would be a sword, probably a club.
Wait,
whatever.
One hand and a half, two-handed sword.
Hand and a half sword would be my go-to,
like a medieval double-bladed.
If I'm 1v1ing a chimp, the last thing I want is number one to present a pull to an animal with the strongest pulling strength on earth That's a really retarded
Yeah,
thing
it
to
sucks.
do in the 1v1.
This guy's a pro at grabbing sticks. He could probably grab that spear.
Some
think he's
sort
gonna
of,
take the spear
I need
from
some,
me.
Yes. Yeah. And then he'll throw the spear
Did
to the
his
side and
trainer
go,
communicate that to
and
him
he'll
with
rip your
sign
eyes
language
out.
before the fight? Does he have like a rock? Does he have like a Mickey?
It depends what kind of chimp you get. That's a mammal. They mentally
you gotta pull this. You gotta pull that spear out of his hand, Chimpo. He's an animal. He's gonna stab you with that long spear.
You've seen
no.
chimps use spears in the wild. Like they
I have seen
understand.
an orangutan clumsily play along with a stick before. Okay,
Orangutans are less intelligent than chimps.
Bro, I've seen them swing across a tree and grab a branch, which is basically a spear.
You line up 5 chimpanzees in cages, and you give me a spear of my choice, and I'll fucking pile them up one after another.
All right, in cages, you're correct because you can just stick.
Me too. If I fight monkeys, I want to fight them in cages, and I have a phalanx with my friends.
Taylor, orangutans are the smartest great ape. Is a chimp not a great ape?
Orangutans are smarter than chimps?
I hope monkey Taylor.
No, orangutans are the smartest.
There's no way. Chimps are smarter,
Google
right?
it.
No, I think the orangutan's the smartest one.
Baby.
I think they can communicate and stuff.
PKA thing. I've taken your title.
I'm gonna be so fucking pissed if this is right.
You don't get his title on one fact. Come on, you don't bring one fact.
You're only as good as your last fight, baby. Taylor, what are you learning?
It says human, orangutan, chimpanzee, spider monkey.
This is not the first time you've underestimated
spider monkey over gorilla. Look, all right, spider monkey over gorilla is evidence that this is horseshit. Spider monkeys are not more intelligent.
Find another resource.
Are spider monkeys a great ape?
Listen to this weirdo's opinion. Let's see. Let's see
are they a great ape? Spider monkeys?
No, they're not.
So.
No, it's gorillas, orangutans, chimpanzees,
humans, and chimps.
Well, that's simians, right? Like
this
that's
is the only thing in this episode that I'm actually going to be annoyed about a little bit later. I think you're right. That's so.
What's really crazy?
What is this?
Oh, Zach backs me up. But hold on. I'm a scientist, and so I like to look. And I see number 6 coyote above gorilla, and I really don't like that. And there's no fucking way a raven is more intelligent than a bonobo.
This is a cylinder task, though. What is
a subspecies of chimp?
But what is cylinder task?
Cylinder task is they want to get something that's in a graduated cylinder full of water, and they how long it takes them to learn that they need to put rocks into the water to raise the level of the water to acquire the thing that's down in the cylinder floating on top of the water.
Yep, Kyle explained it perfectly. And chimps, that's
that video. Now that we're checkmating Taylor because he clearly doesn't know anything about this redeemed you shit. I'm seeing it now. Well, now that we're proving Taylor right.
Taylor fact checked me and came up with the same thing I did. Zach hunted high and low to avoid ever getting a bonus again and succeeded.
The bonus was my idea.
I agreed.
Everyone agreed. Who's going to not agree? Nah.
I don't like putting ravens even in the same conversation.
This video is a guy with a spear fighting a guy with a long sword. And it's clear, it's exactly what I'm saying. And if a man who knows how to fight a spear, and he also has a sword, can't deal with a man with a spear, how is a wild, stupid animal going to do? And keep in mind, this orangutan is not a trained fighter. This is his first fight against a person. Well, I mean,
that's true, but like also, so
predictability all day.
Predictability is an important part of a fight like this.
Minutes, if not hours, of experience.
Like these guys, I'm watching the video.
Prisoners or something. Harley knows a guy.
These guys are fighting like another human. And so like there is an understanding of what a human is going to do when they're trained in battle. So like what that like the back step, the side step.
It'd be much harder to fight a human.
You might be surprised that chimp takes the spear, eats it through the chest, and keeps going.
Is this Airbud rules? Do you think the chimpanzee would also be great at basketball?
Do you think the swordsman has the agility of a fucking chimp? Of course he doesn't. If he did, he would have sidestepped the spear and tore the guy's throat out with his chimp fangs.
No, I think the fear should be that the chimp can can take that hit and still probably have a few minutes of rage left.
If he's impaled, he's dying rapidly.
I think you're underestimating an adrenaline chimp with your spear in it.
Kyle
He's not
always
an evil
underestimates adrenaline-filled chimps.
He's gonna
Oh my
push
God.
through it. He's gonna be
would
face to face
turn
with you.
you
You're gonna
into
be-
a pulp.
I was gonna make a joke there, but I'm not. I wanted to. Oh, it hurts.
Isn't
My
that the worst?
racism demands it.
It's a racist. Hey, I knew it was a racist.
You know what? Go for it. Fire away.
I promise
away.
you, if you stab a chimpanzee, he is going to be in so much. He's going to be scared and hurt. Like, let's be real. This is not some horror movie Cujo version of a chimpanzee. All right, this is not a chimpanzee controlled by the mind of Conor McGregor. This is not a mad dog. He's an angry animal, and he just got impaled through the fucking gut by a 8-inch fucking spearhead. He's gutted. And by the way, I'm pulling it back out and going for more. I can
gotta
stab
pull it back
so
out.
I
fast.
believe you. I just
And I
doubt
can
your
run- I can
ability to
run
impale a
backwards.
chimp
I can
accurately.
run backwards faster and stab faster than he'll ever catch me. And nowhere where he goes, I can point something at him faster than he can go there. Like think about like
I'm not
the way
even
the
convinced you could beat
leverage-
any human in the world with a spear, and they don't have a spear, by the way.
And a chimp,
Oh,
if
crazy.
that chimp hits one,
I
So,
will
like,
take you
how about-
any
how
day
about
you
this?
give me the spear, Harley.
How
You let
about
me know
this?
when you want to
Me
test
for
the spear.
sure. I think I
Oh.
could find you like 5 guys that might be
I
able
take
to.
Conor McGregor. I'll take
Oh, that's
fucking
an easy
Khabib
one, too.
Nurmagomedov. Now,
I'm
all right,
thinking-
now Francis Ngannou, I'd be a little scared that he could
yeah,
take
Francis
one and keep
Ngannou you
coming.
might get, but you know who you
I
wouldn't
gotta
get as a
hit some-
fucking chimp.
I gotta hit Francis and he'd be like fighting a deer. You got to get him in the heart of the lungs. like you got to.
What
you
happens?
gut him,
What
I
happens
think
if
he keeps
you
coming.
miss one slight shot and you just kind of cut him and he grabs the spear?
I think I can pull it.
He has
out
the
of his
backup
hand.
sword. He says, "Got a backup sword."
Insane.
Are you talking about a man or a
A
chimpanzee?
chimp.
Oh, I don't think that he knows. to
First of all,
grab it.
you're
I-
aiming at a target much smaller than a man.
Let
That
me
man
throw this
also
out
doesn't
there.
understand. So part of like knowing how a game is played, like if I play you in chess and let's say we're both experienced in chess, I have a level of ability to anticipate your move based on your skill set. However,
I
and
understand.
that applies to a swordsman as well if you're doing this medieval style combat. However, if you're fighting a chimp
Doesn't
in
apply.
chess or in battle, there's no way to anticipate the movements of that chimp or how he'll respond to
You
different.
just proved my
assaults.
point. You just proved my point wholly. So what you're suggesting that this chimpanzee knows that a strike is coming and therefore that grabbing the spear is the defense. That's a human thing where they're thinking into the future.
I think
about
he would
what's coming
know.
and
I
how
think
to
he would
react.
understand sharpness. I think he would
It's
understand the
human
concept
thing.
of that.
When
Though.
I
They're
poke
players.
and
They're going to
stab-
grab what's presented.
When I poke and it won't be presented. It'll be in and out. I'm doing this fast. I'm not sticking it in like a movie
did-
going, aha.
I did pull up. I wanted to know if a chimp has stronger skin. Like, would it be harder to puncture than a human?
Mhm.
And I got
sinewy,
this. I'm having a discussion with my mate at the moment, and he's a human. He wants to fight a chimpanzee one-on-one with a knife and basic armor equipped. He's so confident. He said to do it in any environment. I don't think he's spec'd intelligence enough to have gotten this far. That aside, what are the chances he ends up with an end game? And the top comment 6 years ago, they said, "Hi, he'll take some damage. Overall, the armor will let him last long enough to land lethal damage on the chimp. Knives gives you a massive boost to damage. Depends on the knife. His power and mobility scores, of course. But he could kill the chimp with some damage and last till the end game with modern human medicine."
With modern human
Yeah,
medicine.
so I guess this is, I don't know what this is. It looks
All
like
right, if you're
they're,
invoking modern human medicine, the chimps won. Like you're
Oh,
not going
this
to the
is-
hospital.
this sub is
Play me a little bit of
basically
Spear
talking
video.
about
I'm telling
real
you,
life
there's no-
as if,
love
I
it.
watched the
It's
Spear
Tear
video. I
Zoo.
watched it. It was,
Wait,
it
wait,
was-
is it Tier Zoo related site?
no, this Tier Zoo, it says the sub is dedicated to the animal players of the game outside. So it's basically like
wait.
talking about animals in real life as if you were a gamer.
What is it about Tier Zoo? Does your source say Tier Zoo at all?
What is Tier Zoo? It's r
Tier
slash
Zoo
Tier
is a
Zoo.
YouTuber who talks about animals as if they were video games.
Oh yeah,
those
that's what
animals
this is. Yeah,
Fighting
this
each
is.
other when there'll be a health meter that gets like driven down and spec, and he talks
Oh.
about like, I don't know, asteroid hits as patches. You know, like, oh yeah, the dinosaurs were patched in this period.
Yeah, exactly. It's that. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
It's
is
an
around the
amazing
time
channel.
reptiles in general get nerfed because of the lower temperature of the earth. Mammals, of course, getting a boost to it's great.
Yeah.
I like that channel too. I look, I maintain, I'm not even being silly. I've been silly before about jumping onto a shark and thinking I could do something to it with like spurs and ice axes. That's clearly a joke. I 100% know that I could defeat the chimpanzee with a spear. People defeat lions one-on-one with spears. And I would argue that a lion is a much more serious combatant. It's been done. It's not even like what
Who
if.
defeated
It's
a lion?
African tribesmen.
I'd rather
No.
I'd rather battle a
one-on-one.
lion with a weapon than a chimp with a
They have
weapon.
done it,
But I'd rather a
one-on-one.
chimp with a
There's-
weapon than a tiger with a
Yes.
weapon.
I mean, I'm
An
probably find a video
African
of it.
tribesman who weighs 85 pounds has a wooden whittled spear, and he 1v1'd a
You should see the
fucking-
videos. They're pretty crazy, actually.
Yeah, right.
No,
Used
they
his
have. There's
hand.
videos of it on YouTube. They have like a whole
Humans hunt in
strategy.
pack.
Yeah, humans do. They circle around them, but they really just tire them out. They harass them and stay at a distance and keep doing it until they're tired
Yes.
out, and then practically walk over and just like
And
puncture it.
that's true. What you just described is
Yeah.
how humans hunt. And that's why
it's been done in
African
the gladiatorial
bushman-
arenas. It's been done by humans.
But
Because
a lion's overhyped. Tiger,
Starved
you can't
lion
battle.
in the Roman Colosseum.
A
Of course
lion
it's not.
weighs a lion weighs what
I'm-
I weighed in during COVID, like
I'm
during
not afraid.
pandemic.
Romans would starve those animals for a long time prior to the fight to make them hungry, but it also
don't
makes
know.
them weak.
They feed them Jews. They were well fed.
They did,
Okay?
yeah. The tiger's
Well, no,
much
at the
more
time of the
powerful, by the way.
Colosseum's
You weighed
initiation, they were feeding
420
Christians.
pounds during COVID?
I was like 300 pounds. I'm sure there's some lions that are 300 pounds.
I'm sure. Yes, children.
Yeah, like a lion.
Child lions.
Those are called kittens. Oh, okay.
no. This is like
female lions.
how
just
big?
have
What's
no
a?
respect for nature.
I know a
But-
tiger
I
could be
maintain
800
I
pounds.
defeat the chimpanzee, and not just like, oh, I don't know. That was a tough fight. I think I turned the chimpanzee away right away with a couple quick stabs. And again, he is not getting near me. I am running backwards if he's trying to close ground. I am keeping this point in front of him and thrusting. It will not stop being in front of him and thrusting, no matter where he goes or what he does. He does not have the
pause,
wherewithal,
dude.
strength it's Diddy style. I'm blowing
Diddy
him
style.
out Diddy style. All right. No fucking. And you know what? You know what I'm gonna do about him? Grab him.
No,
on my
you're
spear?
going to get blown
Baby
out
Baby
Diddy Kong
spear.
style.
Baby
By the
oil
way,
spear.
I weighed as much
Checkmate.
as a full-grown
Checkmate.
female lion. By the way, just so you know.
That's right.
and
they
they're
do
the ones that did the
hunting.
hunting. Exactly.
Yep.
Thank you.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
You know they're making a
I
Mufasa
so
movie?
disagree with your
You know,
take
they're
on
making-
these animals.
What if I baby oil a spear up? So even if he is the genius monkey that you've trained and you've been like his mix, you've been
He's a genius monkey because he knows that it's sharp. That monkey would know it's sharp.
You gotta go for the eye.
He'll see you
It's
holding
the
that and he'll be
baby
like,
oil.
I'm not going near that shiny part.
It's a clever. Or wait, Kyle. Instead of baby oil, what if the last 2 feet of the spear had blades, like running long ways?
I don't want to get stuck inside of him and have a situation where I like stab him in the guts and now I can't withdraw my weapon. And he's
Picturing
able
like swords attached to the pole of the spear. Do
I
you see what
hear
I'm
you.
getting?
Yeah,
You're giving-
exactly.
You're giving him too
And
much
that would
weapons
be-
now.
Yeah,
I
now
don't
he
need
can't
that.
grab.
I
Now you're
think
probably-
baby oil. I think baby oil is plenty. I think baby oil is plenty. And I want that like medieval style spearhead that's sort of shaped like a teardrop. Wide.
Yeah, I know what
base,
you're talking
going
about.
down to a nice point.
So you can get it out, but it'll hurt
every time.
more. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to make a big wound. It's going to be, and if I just poke him a little, it's going to make a little wound. And the more I thrust, the wider the wound's going
I
to
hate
be.
how
I
successfully you
Diddy
troll me
style.
on the animal fighting shit.
I think
Because
Kyle might successfully, if not kill the chimp, deter it. Like
Yeah.
after a poke or
That's not fair, though. The chimp's got to be drugged up that it's going to fight. It's got to fight. The chimp has
The
to
chimp
know that
has
this
to
is a
know
fight to
okay, well,
death.
fair is fair. I want to drug up Kyle. I need my competitor.
Oh,
to
yeah,
have-
he'll be
I'm
drugged
gonna
up
show
too.
up like Mark McGuire. You don't even
Yeah.
fucking know.
You're going to get you too drugged up that you're like, I'm not bringing in the spear. No, I'll do it bare hands, bro. Not bringing in the spear.
Give him the spear.
No, I want him just drugged up on
This is a
game day.
mistake.
I've seen what Kyle can do with 9 months of preparation and the right medicine. That's the
has
Kyle
the
I
spear
wanted
now.
there.
Hey, Mark, I've never seen this. He's given the spear to the chimpanzee.